The government shutdown may have darkened most of Washington's museums. Still, there's plenty of art on display at an imaginative museum not that far away. Rita Braver is our guide.
The must-see art collection in the D.C. region right now is actually 20 miles from the mall. Glenstone, where ultra-modern galleries and giant sculptures by the likes of Jeff Koons and Richard Serra play peekaboo with their surroundings.
The landscape is meant to loosen you up and let your mind start to wander and see things.
How many acres is the whole property at this point?
So we're now up to about 230 acres.
Mitch and Emily Rales built Glenstone to share their extraordinary collection of modern and contemporary art. But they wanted to make this a different kind of museum, a blend of art, architecture, and nature.
It's not just about the objects that you see, it's truly an experience.
Their collection includes some 1,300 works, starting with mid-century greats like Louise Bourgeois, Jackson Pollock, Mark Rothko, Andy Warhol, and moving on to later works by artists like Jean-Michel Basquiat. It all began in 1998, when tech billionaire Mitch Rales, who is now 62, had a near-death experience.
I was in a pretty traumatic accident in Russia. Everything that I had possession-wise blew up in the helicopter, and I came back a different person. Basically decided that I was going to change the course of my life.
7 years later in New York, Rales, who was divorced, met Emily Way, a young and influential curator 20 years his junior. She agreed to help him launch Glenstone.
So at what point did you decide that you were both not just in love with art, but in love with each other?
Oh, it was kind of love at first sight.
We hit it off pretty quickly.
They were married in 2008, and Emily Rales helped interest her husband in a new generation of artists.
Then you walk in to this.
This chamber was specifically designed to hold a mammoth and mysterious work by Robert Gober.
There's this sort of eerie and slightly sinister feeling to being in a forest, but also in jail, surrounded by water that is probably not fit for drinking because there's rat bait everywhere.
This room is composed entirely of works by LA-based artist Charles Ray.
So he pulled this out of a junkyard.
Including this, a stainless steel replica of a wrecked truck.
I think a lot of people are going to look at something like this and say, come on, is this art?
That's what they said about the abstract expressionists. Art history takes 30, 40, 50 years to really broadcast itself. So we'll see.
Mitch and Emily Rales are making art history here. The museum was first opened on a very limited basis in 2006, but they have spent more than $200 million to enhance the experience. Admission is free, but limited to 400 visitors a day.
We seek to give lots of space to our visitors to really give them the time to explore and enjoy.
The Raleses live quietly right on this property. Though they are noted philanthropists in the art world, they have, until now, worked hard to stay out of the spotlight.
I don't think we've been as private as people want to make us out to be.
How many TV interviews have you done?
This is the first. Thank you very much.
Just saying.
But we've been on a journey, and it took us 15 years to get to this point today.
And the Raleses have endowed Glenstone for what they hope is forever, seeking to create a lasting legacy.
What we're hearing day after day from these visitors is that a quiet place for contemplation of art in nature is exactly what they need. Their souls are hungry for it, and we hope that that's what we will continue to deliver to our visitors.